are listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
My personal belief is that there is very compelling evidence that we may not be alone.
There has been and is an existing presence, an ET presence. It's not going to make a difference. It's not going to change reality.
I believe, as do the other folks that were on the flight, that when we visually saw it, that it was something not from this world.
GUFON Radio.
You were either in or you were either out, brother.
But the cream will rise to the top, oh yeah.
GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
GUFON Radio.
Remain seated, please. Permanecer sentados, por favor.
You are listening to GUFON Radio with Rich Giordano.
All right. Welcome to GUFON, everybody. I'm your host, Rich Giordano. It is Wednesday. You did it. It's hump day. Means you only got a couple of days left in the week, right? Really just one day. Before we get going, what is it? September 25th. Yeah, 2021. I have got to take care of a couple of things while I'm here. I got to close some things here I didn't realize were open. So let's close that. I got to close a lot of stuff here. Yeah, I was doing a little pest control today. And, after last night's show, it seems some people... I don't even know what words to use. Used? Is it used? I don't know, something. Something wasn't legit. But we were talking about it in the chat room. And it came up, about somebody's show. Well, tonight will be the last night I say the name. Then after that, it too will be banned. Thomas Fessler. I've been warned and ignored the warnings that this guy is trolling you, this guy's not here for anything but to steal your subs and to steal your fans, whatever. And I'm like, yeah, that's what everybody does. And so I put it off, didn't really care too much what people said. And yeah, and then the guy stops talking 2 days ago to me. You know, usually you get some sort of message or response, reply. That's what we were doing pretty much daily. And I figure, oh my God, I haven't heard from him in a couple of days. Now that makes sense. And then I see the show last night that they were talking about third phase of moon and how Mr. Eon, who's here in the chat, who shouldn't be, but I'm going to allow it because I believe his story for now, but I have to ask third phase. But when you make a video, a fake UFO video, and send it to somebody, they may use it. Now, the thing is, Mr. Eon and Foerster and the group last night had a nice little chuckle over that. Along with saying, you know, oh, third phase, that's all they do is, you know, fake videos. It's that one, I don't know who it was that stuck up for them, but thank you for that. But other than that, third phase probably didn't read the email from Mr. Eon, or maybe it sat in their box for a few days. You know, they were gone. They're out on vacation. They're going across the country. So they do things rather quickly. I know. I've been around them. And they posted that video, but I don't know if they bought into it or what have you. I don't remember. But nonetheless, they used it. And they had a nice little chuckle about it. The thing is, Mr. Eon, because you're in that field where you make special effects and things of that nature, when you make a fake UFO video and send it to people, yeah, they may use it. Now, I don't know why third phase used it. I don't know if they said it was a reflection. I don't remember. But whether they knew it was or not, I don't know. But nonetheless, it was used, and the only reason it was used because you sent it to them. And to me, it's almost like, here, watch this. I made a fake UFO video, thought you might like it, to see how easy it is to make it. Maybe that was your intention. Maybe that was it, Mr. Eon. But when you do that, you run the risk, the odds go up that that video will circulate as legit. And unfortunately, it showed up on their channel, and I don't know the whole story. We could look it up while we're here, but I'm not interested in that today. But I want to thank everybody for joining in tonight. Personal things that happen like that between John and I and other drama-associated things will not be a part of the channel. But I will still talk about Corbell and, you know, the people that are on the news. Those people. And that's usually who I talk about. Every now and then there's a Daniel Scranton that comes around and goes, oh, yeah, you know, and that, I gotta talk about that. So, you know, those kind of things. Yeah. And I don't see what's wrong with poking a little fun at ourselves, which I do all the time. And when it comes to super chats and the roll call, I will try a different way of doing it. I am not going to spend 7-8 minutes doing roll call anymore. It's way too long. And this is a one-time announcement, unless I do it again. But thank you, Anne, Celine. Good to see you. I haven't seen you here in a little bit. Super sticker for $2. Thank you very much for your support, continuing support. You've always shown GUFON support, so I appreciate seeing that. And your sticker is a thumbs up. It's a thumbs up raccoon, internet raccoon. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. Gusto mucho generoso. And there's another one down here somewhere I saw from Wings88, a $5 super chat. Like I've said many times, Rich. Tony F here. Keep on hanging on, paisan. Illegitimi non-carborundum. Don't let the bastards get to you. No, they won't. Last night was different. When somebody blatantly hurts other people to make them hate, like telling somebody, you know what Rich said? He said your show sucks. Now that person's upset. There's no reason to tell that person, make up a lie and tell her that. No reason. And I just don't know what other lies were said. But thank you very much. Wings88 with a $5 super chat. Appreciate it. So here's how it's going to work. Mucho gusto, generoso. Because it takes up a lot of time some nights, I will announce super chats, but I'm going to do it in bunches. Instead of as they come in, I will not miss your super chat. I will do it every 30 minutes maybe, or every 15, depending how busy it is. Interrupting sentences and interrupting videos takes away from the flow of the show. Although I love it, don't stop doing it. Please support GUFON. That's the only reason we're doing this 6-7 days a week, and on TikTok, soon to be Instagram. Already have the account on Instagram, but I'm trying other ways to get the show out there to the masses. And TikTok's doing a freaking awesome job, by the way. I did not expect it to be that fruitful so early on. And when super chats do come in during the show, you might even hear that it'll show up. Maybe I won't say anything, but I'll say something later. So like right now, if I'm showing a video, I'll pop that up. All right, let me see if minimal works. Well, depending on what we're talking about. This one, to me, is so big. I've always liked the bubble. So I'm going to go back to the bubble. And we could do block. Block is okay. But I like bubble. But then, minutes down the road, I can just pull everything up and read the super chats. So I will still give everybody the hellos and all that stuff, just doing it a little differently. And if I didn't say hi to you, it's hard to hit 200 people. Mike Johnson with a $7 super chat. We're with you, buddy. Oh, yeah, you got the green one for that. Thank you very much. Thank you. Appreciate that, Mike. Always a continuing supporter. Love the $7. $7 is cool. And who dis? Robert Ball with $1. Well, we'll just say it's $1.99. What is that, a pound? Thank you very much. A super sticker at that. Let's see what it is. It is a red thumbs up. All right, cool, man. Well, thank you. Those are really good. Red thumbs ups are nice. I like the red. A $2 super sticker from Robert Ball. And good God, X1 with $2.22. Stay positive, stay focused, be happy. You are loved. Am I? Really? Weren't you over there last night? On Fessler's, whatever? I don't even know what it is. I'm joking, X1. I know you're a continuing supporter of GUFON. Always have been. But I see everything. Thank you, man. Mucho gusto, generoso. Hey, you guys are going to do what you want, say what you want, and I get it. That's fine. I could take it. But this was a little different because John was a friend. And it's different, and I wish he would have gotten to me a little sooner. A little sooner. He did email me an apology email. I denied it. Just letting you know, just in case there's rumors going around. Yeah. No, too late. Sorry. Hey. What he did was not what I do. And I saw some people like Brandy in Discord today say, "You're mean, Rich," saying stuff like that. I'm like, how am I mean? I was the one who was attacked. You know what I mean? Spent 45 minutes. I just don't come out and say, "I hate John. I hate everybody. I'm so angry. Nobody likes me." There's a story to tell. So you understand what's happening. It's very rare we have these type of shows where, come on, talk about people. Everybody acts like that's all I do. It's not all I do. Go through every show. Go through the shows. You can see there's not that many times where I'm talking about somebody. There's always somebody to talk about, but I don't think I'm being mean. I really don't. I honestly don't. I'm not a mean person. There were some things I did in the past, with Tyler. Can't take him back. But I learned a lot from that. And do I feel bad? Yeah. I feel awful about some of the things I did. Some of them not, but I do feel bad. I can see things differently for some reason. That's why for 7 months I didn't do anything like that last night or talk about anybody for a while. And we're going to go down that path again. So tonight we're going to kick it off with a short roll call. If I didn't yell out your name, doesn't mean I don't like you. All right? Two Old Diggers, welcome to the show. Moonlicht, welcome to the show. Stuart Bodwell, welcome to the show. Mr. DB Cooper 77, welcome to the show. Dark Sky Files, welcome to the show. The Gorilla Gamer, welcome to the show. Paulie T, what do you say? Bat and clean up? All right. Felicia Flores, good to see you. Heather Birdie, Heather Birdie. Just finished watching your last show. I think John was just embarrassed being put on blast on a live show. No. And I'll tell you how I that's wrong. John and I have done shows together, and I can find the very first show or second show he came on where he said, "Rich, just tell me." He's like, don't sugarcoat. I go, John, but, orbs, orbs are hard to prove. But he wanted that challenge. He asked for it. So if you asked for it, and then just because I was on Alien Addict, and he says, what's a guy like me supposed to do? Well, keep doing what you're doing, I told him. You may be the guy who gets that missing piece. But the evidence that you have doesn't equal up to the claim. He heard something completely different. I can't remember. Do you think John has any evidence? And I said no. That's what he heard. That's what it is. Something like that. But anyway, it is what it is. It's over with. Right? I got to move on. But thank you. IR Film with a $10 super chat. Shit happens every day. You just got to move on, bud. Yep, exactly. Thank you very much for the $10 super chat. IR Film with a continuing support. Thank you very much. Space Girl, welcome to the show. And by the way, IR Film, mucho gusto generoso. Welcome to the show, so. Lord Ludicrous Plaid, welcome to the show. I want to thank Michelle from last night, who supported GUFON through PayPal with the $7 super chat, and also today. Hold on. Yao Pereira just sent $1.12 through PayPal, and also Mr. DB Cooper just sent $50. Holy shnikey. Through PayPal. Thank you. Wow. That was another thing that was said. I'm not in this for the love. I'm in it for money, guys. I'm in it for the money now. It's my fault. I'm telling you to, you better send me those super chats or else. You better send me those super chats or else. Thank you, guys, everybody, for the support. It's unbelievable. Mucho gusto, generoso, Mr. DB Cooper 77. So, thank you. Thank you, Mario. Welcome to the show. Minnie Main, welcome to the show. All right, so like I was just saying, we're going to get two things. Tonight, I've got a lot of stuff to talk about. It's a lot. But I'm going to do the best I can because there's not going to be that much fluff. See, look where we're at now. Almost 15 minutes in. You know? So. All right.
Anybody seen Richie?
Oh.
Huh? I'm gonna keep coming back until somebody remembers seeing Richie.
He's back. Look, he's looking for me. Yes, I know the hat doesn't match the background. Thank you. I know that. I've got something I got to play for you. I'm going to wet your palate. Hey, Shell Bell. With a $2 2-pounder. Thank you very much. Mucho gusto generoso across the ocean, so. Grazie, grazie. Appreciate that. A continuing supporter, just like Mr. DB Cooper. Like, beyond. Hey. Yes, I know it's you, Tony. Another $5 super chat from Wings88. Tony Ricci. Keep on keeping on, Pazon. I will, I shall, I am. Grazie. Grazie. You. Get out of here. What? You too. Get out of here. Me? You're the one sitting way up there. Huh? What? In the front row? You chose the front row tonight? Do you know what's going to happen? Do you understand? I got to wet your palate with this, all right? Hey, Carrie. So watch this. Enjoy. The sad thing about this is Tim Botheredneck just passed away a few days ago. And anyway, he had some funny videos he posted every now and then, so check this out. I mean, I wouldn't play this if it wasn't weird. Just listen to this. Any day now. Yeah, Whenever you want to play, I'm okay with that.
Because my husband was turned into a seagull in a tragic accident, I come down to the beach every once in a while just to check on him, see how he's doing. I can't talk about the accident too much because we're still in legal battle, but let's just say it involves panic spray
yes, Paulie.
and a pair of jumper cables, and I cannot look at Orange Chicken the same way. There he is. Todd! Todd! I know he knows it's me. I just come out here to say hey and to, make sure he's not getting too close with any of the other seagulls.
Thank you, Anomalies and the Real Deal.
Don't you follow Todd? Yeah, she's a bad one. I just come down here and leave him his favorite meal. So I stop at the Boston Market and then I just put a little plate of the mashed potatoes and their chicken right down here in case he's hungry. What the
chicken?
fuck does this bitch think she's doing? Ah! Because my husband was turned into a seagull in a tragic accident.
I know, I played the small version. Didn't mean to.
On him, see how he's doing. I can't talk about the accident.
Her husband was killed. And she thinks he came back as a duck or something. A seagull. Not Steven Seagal. I thought that was really Like wild. I don't know how I would be. No. I don't know. If I lost my loved one. Anyway, tonight's topic, it says pyramids, best structures for aliens to build on other planets. We'll be talking about that, but everything's going to be in the rocky realm tonight, sort of. But there was a report that me and Michael did from Dark Hour Paranormal. And it had to do with an alien embryo. And I don't know if I played it here. I don't remember. Back in March. Did I play it here? The guy who ate the rock? Or was that all on... was that all Third Phase UFO Report and Third Phase of Moon? Because I won't play it. Did I play that here? Yeah, the guy who ate the rock. Alright, I'll play it anyway. It's good to replenish your memory. So this is from Third Phase of Moon to me and Michael doing our own report on this discovered and still pending an alien embryo inside a Martian rock. Yeah, lost his hair and stuff. Yeah, well, here it is. Let's play it. This clip I just played for you. The other day I did a 2 to 3 minute clip, my opinion on what's going on here. We were going to play it on Third Phase of Moon with the other panelists, but it fell to the wayside. And I have that report still, so I'm going to play it for you. But before I do, I wanted to mention and show you that the mainstream media is blatantly lying to us, and it is so obvious that it's right here in the clip. And this is bad. They aren't using real footage. They are now using the government's footage that they want to show us. You know, the 3 videos, the gimbal to go fast, and that other one, and Tic-tac, the one you just saw here. That's fake, but they also showed us one with the smoke or black stuff coming out the back of what looks like airplanes, but they're unknowns. And then they show us the fake stuff that is made on an app as legitimate UFO sightings. They even have a Twitter handle associated with the fake sighting. Now you would think, well, maybe they didn't know it was fake. No. They know it's fake. They've been playing these clips for a long time. Well, let me play my clip real quick so you can see what I thought when we first started talking about this last week when the Radcliffe interview was done. So check this out and then we'll talk again. Amazing what happened the other day on Fox. John Ratcliffe was talking about UFOs and what's going to happen at the end of the 180-day countdown to disclosure thing that everybody's waiting for. And in the upper portion of the screen, they're showing UFO sightings, that one infamous one where, you know, there's black smoke coming out of it. And then they go to this other UFO sighting, and it shows these lights that appear in a circular formation with the bigger one in the middle, and then they zip off in other directions. And it shows that that is from a Twitter user submitted that UFO sighting. It's not true at all. That's totally fake. That is an app that is CGI where you can just add the UFO sighting of your choice in the background of your choice. And Fox is using it, and other agents, MSNBC, CNN, they're all using these type of apps to show that there's UFO sightings happening. But these aren't real. They're fake. How can they not know that that is not an app or CGI? Of course they know. My question is, why aren't they using real UFO sightings? It's like there's plenty of those out there. I mean, they can just come here to Third Phase of Moon and just have their choice, you know? It's unbelievable to me. It just goes to show you that they don't know what they're doing. the mainstream media. They don't know anything about UFOs. But the fact that they would use this CGI footage and put someone's name, like a Twitter user submitted it. I don't know if it was them who did it. Now, maybe they just added a fake name up there. I'm sure we can check it out. But it just goes to show you that they are not going to show us anything that's legit. Even though they did. They always use the one with the smoke trail, the black trail, whatever it is. And then they go ahead and use fake stuff after that. We've seen it a lot. We've seen it on Unidentified as well, the TV show. So here we go again with the media, the mainstream media, not doing the right thing, trying to pull the wool over our eyes. The one with the black trail, they have no choice. That one went out on CNN, I think, right away. So I don't think anybody can deny that that's a legitimate UFO sighting. But the other ones? So I want to thank Abe Froman for that. $3.33 super chat. Mucho gusto generoso. Yeah, I didn't know. I thought I was right on the beginning of the guy who ate the rock, but it was still interesting. All right, let's go. Let's get to it, to the guy, because this is a pretty wild story. I don't know if it's true, and there hasn't been a follow-up because nothing's happening. You know, put somebody's name on it, whatever, or it was sent to them and they used it knowing it was an app, knowing it was fake UFO footage. All right. It's nasty. That's just nasty. That's not what the news should be doing. I'd rather them show me nothing than show me fake footage. Anyway, enough of this. Let's get on to the next sighting. The next thing I'm going to show you now, I'm going to play 5 minutes. It's a 10-minute video, but I'm going to play 5 minutes. I think so, Carrie. And then we're going to talk about it, and then I'm going to play the last 5 minutes of it, and then we're going to talk about it. This is one of the most incredible stories I've ever seen, ever heard. It is bizarre. You have to suspend your disbelief. So please, let's not make any assumptions. So I'm going to play this here, and then you can make your assumptions. Here we go.
We've got a special guest. We've got Craig Ibrahimi. He states that there's some kind of study going on in regards to meteorite rock that may have the smoking gun that we've been looking for, embryonic life form, extraterrestrial in nature. And what's amazing about it is that there's been some research done by the University of Victoria, BC. Craig is with us. He's the founder of Deviant Off-World Technology. And right now you're looking at a photograph, embryo, life form that is extraterrestrial in origin from a lunar meteor. There's going to be more tests being done to this, DNA tests, to find out exactly what this is. And we're going to get Craig on the phone. Is Craig, you with us?
Yes, I am. I'm here.
All right. Hey, Craig, thanks for joining us. So let's start off. What's up with this lunar meteorite rock? Where was it recovered from?
It was recovered from the ocean. I went out looking for something, and I dug that thing out of the bottom of the Souk Basin, 12 feet in the mud. And then right away after I found it, I first thought it was a big black diamond because there's volcanoes over there. And then once I pressure washed it and stuff, it turned out to be a meteorite because it was a black fusion crust. And then when I cut it, there was all these life forms kind of staring back at you when we cut it and polished the rock. So then right away we would show people, and then...
Are these fossilized life forms, or are these living?
Well, they're crystallized, because a fossil would be bone, so these are organic, and they're crystallized.
So have you had some studies on this rock to prove that it is from the lunar moon itself?
NASA has samples. European Space Station has samples. Chandra Wickramaram Singh has had samples. He's had his house busted in, and his samples stolen from him. And we've had a lab shut down at NASA when they were extracting the organics back in June. So, yeah, we have scientists. I want to start throwing their names around, but pretty big.
Yeah, I know NASA takes it seriously about collecting meteorites from the lunar surface itself. How did you contact NASA in the first place?
Sorry to cut you off. So the oxygen isotopes of the rock, first of all, all the scientists thought it was part of Mars. But when we got the oxygen isotopes, it came back as D17 value. And there's 140, so D17 value is basically a lunar meteorite or an HED. Now it turns out that the one, I have two. One's turned out to be a lunar, and the other one's from Foerster. And the larger one that you're seeing the sample of is, they're saying, they're having an argument. Scientists are having an argument. Some scientist teams are saying it's from Foerster, the other ones are saying it's from the lunar. But there's too many metals, rare earth elements that aren't from this, like, that they've never even seen before. They can only be made up in labs, and they're full of this rock. So they're trying to say that the moon doesn't have those type of metals on it, so they could be from farther off.
But nonetheless, it is it's extraterrestrial in origin. This rock, it's not from Earth.
Yes, it's the biggest treasure in the world, number one.
So you have this rock. You have this rock in your possession.
I own it, and I'm been merging. There's some people, Gwen Shotwell. I want to start throwing her name out. But yes, there's some people, say CEO of SpaceX, and some people have been in town and trying to merge together with my company to take this to the next level.
Well, it's a good thing, to get the word out. And
I didn't want to give it to anyone.
Oh, absolutely, so, I understand. This is
there's more to it, though. There's more to it. When you look into the rock, have you ever heard the saying, when you look deep into the abyss is looking deep into you? Well, when you look into the rock, there's goddamn things, like humanoid-looking things, looking straight at you, and there's one thing that's about a quarter-inch tall, and it's not, say, like Predator, but it looks like a troll, and it's holding some type of technology. So then right away, I knew I was holding something that I'm not going to get rid of.
That, to me, it doesn't look like an alien. Unless, this head part here, you're going to connect it to the body, but man, if you put all these in different areas, it wouldn't look like anything. It would just be white specks. Although maybe it broke apart in the rock. I mean, it looks like a mouth there. He got an eye right up here. He's got some sort of dog ear flap. Yeah, I don't know. Or it's this way, and this is an eye, and that's an eye, and it's a dog. Oh, you see the mouth right there? And the little button nose? That looks like a dog. It's a dog alien. That's rough. It's rough.
I'm just going to be like an entrepreneur. And
there we go.
All the way to the end.
Could it have possibly been some contamination via that it was subject to the ocean?
No, the rock is too dense. It couldn't even be cut. The diamond blades, the rock is too dense. You couldn't cut it. And then when the diamond blade would light on fire, so there's a mineral in it that Russia came up with, and it's called a ukakite. It's harder than diamonds. So we had to use 6 diamond blades just to cut a little bit of it. There's no skepticism. This is what it is. It's 100%. I've got 16 of them, of those, what you see in the picture of. I have 16 of those.
I told you this was interesting, didn't I? This is from the archives from 2019. And when I saw this, I remembered when this went public from Third Phase of Moon. And to this day, I still think that it might be pareidolia, but according to the tests that were done, that D17 isotope, it has rare metals in it. It is from probably the moon, but because the metals are so unique, they think it may be from somewhere else further away. He says that NASA has samples. The lab was shut down for whatever reason when they came to investigate. This is really weird. He said when he saw this and opened it up, it was like life forms looking back at him. And when you look at this, what else does it look like? It looks like a little embryo of some sort of being, some sort of humanoid life form. Now, I don't know a lot about anything. This life form that we're looking at, I don't know if this is some sort of fish or some sort of I don't know, man, some sort of life form from Earth, but apparently if this is from the moon and the isotopes are extraordinarily rare, then we are possibly looking at an alien life form trapped inside the rock. No contamination, because it was so hard that there's no way. They went through 6 diamond blades to get to it. Pretty amazing stuff. And we got some more here for you.
I want to see all the evidence you got, Craig. I want to ask you this, though, quickly. Being that you think that it wasn't cross-contaminated, being that it was submerged in water for who knows how long it was underneath the water, how did the specimen itself or these specimens get embedded in the rock itself anyway? How is
the
this
rock
possible?
was originally probably part of a basalt, a lava rock on another planet that was in a lake of some sort, and it was hollowed out, and there was these insectoids or something in the hollowed out parts, and then when another meteorite hit that planet, it blew off, and there's different gravity wells on different planets, and everything crystallized in the rock. The rock, when you heat it up, it melts. It's got water inside it that's crystallized. So if you heat when a meteorite comes into the Earth, only 5 millimeters of the crust heats up and melts. All the inside is still perfect. But the actual rock itself has got crystallized water inside it. So, but anyways, with all the science going on...
Yeah, what's up with the science? What kind of studies are going to be done on this?
The science is going on right now. It's just teams putting on we've already proved the organics. I had to do it all because at first I had to learn what steps to do. And then I had scientists jump on board. This guy's going the right way. He's already proved it. So what happened is that we've already proven you need the CH carbon when you're using Raman spectroscopy, and that's what's on the rovers. It's a non-destructive technique. And we shot the laser into it, and it came back exactly as organic turned into diamond. So every one of the little embryo-like life forms, if you zoom into the eye, it's a V. And the V has been documented in ancient texts from around the world, from China, Japan, Egypt, and Iran. The rock puts off a power. And I'm not...
Here we go.
Some type of power. The nuclear physicist of Canada, he got on board. We did this experiment, and we measured the rock at 25 degrees in the room. The rock in one section is 14 degrees. You go down to the other section of the rock, it's 6 degrees, and it pulses to 12. When you put the measuring tool on certain type of elements, on certain type of material of the rock. The rock is like, it has some type of magnetic power, whoever is around the thing. It's very unique.
It puts off a strange, a power, an energy coming off of this.
You can feel it when you go near it. And it's good. It's full of uranium, It's full of uranium, and it's full of elements that aren't even on this planet. And the conducting tools that they've been using, it's just, there's too much to talk. Like, I would have to show you the certain tools that they've been using.
You said that...
That is extremely hard to believe. I would think that there were many people, scientists, wanting to get in front of this thing, hold it, feel the energy. I haven't seen anything new come out of this. And this is 2 years old. We talked about it 5 months ago. But let me get to the part where he eats it.
What would you do?
Well, that is a good question. And
what would you do?
Because
last time I talked to someone on the phone,
yep.
I talked way too much. And I want to tell you, as soon as when we saw these little organisms in the rock, I felt like I should be like, maybe you should eat it. And my wife ate one, and I had one, and we had 2 boys.
You ate some of the moon rock?
Yeah, we both did. And we had 2 boys. And
I sense a little deception in his voice. I had to just say that. Sounds like there's deception.
Then, and you have so much. I've already ran 35K today, okay? And I do this every day.
35K you ran? So you're saying this thing gives you energy?
Every day. You got so much frickin' energy.
Wait, what? Oh, yeah, he says he ran a 35K?
Couldn't explain it. So as soon as I ate it, I just woke up one day, I lost all my hair. All my hair fell out.
Nah.
And then I started getting this really weird power. And then just cardio every day, just that. And I've just been working on this project for 2 years. And yes, it's a multi-billion-dollar. Bill Gates is on there. I have 6 connections in the world. They're all the top people: Rockefeller, Tillman Fertitta, Dan Pena, Bill Gates, Elon Musk. So what do you think I'm doing? I've got $1 billion of technology. I'm going to help solve. Well, they're saying that it could be the missing link to help human longevity, to live forever. Who knows, man? So this is all the sort of stuff that we're doing.
Dude, your hair fell out. I don't think that's good. Okay. I'm going to work backwards a little bit from the last things we just heard. He ate the rock. His wife ate the rock. They ate some of this rock. And when he woke up the next day, all of his hair fell out. And he has boundless energy. Let me tell you something. Running a 35K, 34, that's something people train for a very long time to work up to. 35? That is crazy if he really did that. Also, if I woke up after eating this rock and all my hair fell out, I'd go to the doctor and I would tell them I ate part of a moon rock. So now, what do you say to this? The guy ate. Why would anybody want to eat a rock? Because the rock has powers and it told him, eat me, eat me. I can't help it. That's just weird. He had me until he ate the rock. Once you eat the rock, that's it. Game's over. I can't even listen. I mean, that's ridiculous. Just ridiculous. It is. It's silly. It's very silly. Super silly. You know? All right, next. It's just interesting. That's all. I just wanted to play it. It's interesting. All right. Now I'm going to play something else. We're going to get to those pyramids. But we're going in a way that I like, because you're getting to hear about things that are strange, found in rocks, found in the ocean, like the Antikythera clock. 500,000-year-old machine discovered? Ancient technology? Yeah, well, let's take a look at this one. Everybody knows the Antikythera, but there's some other things, and this is kind of interesting. This goes back to September of 2020. Enjoy. The sun, the moon. Was I supposed to go backwards? And oh yeah, sorry.
They have not found the exact match or like kind of manufacturing. They say it resembles the spark plug, but it isn't the exact match of the Model T Ford Champion spark plug. So even to this day, there's a lot of controversy behind it. And some people say, well, it's in the geode. And to form a geode, like a rock around this thing, it would have to be 500,000 years old. That's how old geodes are to form in this kind of a shape. But it turns out maybe it isn't a geode rock after all. They say they were able to pick through it, and they find out that this geode rock,
this is the ancient spark plug, remember?
Too soft. It can't be geode.
Found in a rock.
What is it? The mystery might be dissolved at this point, that it could just well be a Champion spark plug. But in my opinion, I still think there's evidence out there that does prove that there was an advanced civilization.
It doesn't match up to a spark plug.
There are more mysteries that people have in their closets hidden away, and we just haven't seen it yet. But until that day comes, I'm still keeping my fingers crossed. Recently, about a decade ago, there was a Russian fisherman that found a particular stone in the water. What he found may have changed history. A Russian university and paleontologist did a study on this particular rock and deemed it to be 250 to maybe 200 million years old. Now the question becomes, who built this computer chip? What advanced race could have existed 200 to 250 million years ago? Well, that's the big question. Has there been other discoveries found throughout the world that's hidden within rocks that produce evidence of this kind? What are we looking at here? Some people even speculate that this could be indeed just a natural fossil formation found and embedded in rocks naturally. We're looking at something like this and I don't see any detail of the sort. What I'm looking at looks to me like a computer chip. Recently, with one of our treasure hunts right here in Hawaii, we've dug out some interesting artifacts such as this right here. It's an old pocket watch from the 1890s, gold plated. And what we find interesting about this is typically the gears that we see inside of it, which resemble gears that are found within rocks found throughout the world. If you take a close look and you look at the craftsmanship of how this was made, how could something like this just about 130 years ago with this amazing science and technology, how could it have been made hundreds to 200 million years ago? That's the big question.
Has it been in that rock for that long? See, that's the whole thing. It's very strange how some of these objects are found. Like, how about the pickaxe that is said to be 750,000 years old? It started to get petrified inside the rock. It's amazing what they're finding out there. I don't know. But if something can only form in hundreds of thousands or even millions of years, and an object is inside of it, well, it has to be there. Nobody just slid it in, during that geological process of compression and being buried and all that other stuff that goes with this stuff getting old and petrified. It's wild. I remember that one story where they opened up, I don't know what tomb it was, but they found the Swiss watch and it said Swiss on it. Yeah, it was in a sealed, it's just weird. Time travelers, perhaps.
The Antikythera mechanism is one of the greatest finds of the last century or so. Just around the turn of the century, 1900, treasure hunters were along a very traveled route that the Romans used to sail their ships and deliver goods to other places.
Terrible camera angle.
And they found along the route some bronze statues and
terrible camera angle,
all sorts of different pottery and a lot of weird stuff, including the Antikythera mechanism. As soon as they started taking this out of the water, it started to disintegrate. So they had to be very careful with it. It's in the water 2,000 years. When they put high resolution imagery up to this thing and were able to look inside, they noticed there were interlocking gears of high ingenuity, which means extreme intelligence. Not only that, there was seemingly found on the sides of it an instruction manual. It was inscribed on the side on what it does. The scientists compared the numbers inscribed in the text to the number of teeth were in the gears, which is amazing by itself. And their arrangement, they applied them to known astronomical cycles of antiquity. So not only that, you can apply what this Antikythera mechanism is showing you, turn a dial, pick a date, and you can see where the sun, the moon, and the stars were aligned. All of the writings are from that period, so there's no doubt it came from that time, about 340 BC. Now, The front that faces you has a real large disc on it. Not real, it's the largest disc or gear. And that shows the number of days in a year. The next dial is the 12 signs of the zodiac. And if you turn this little lever on the side, you can put a date in that you wanted to go to, and it would show you where the sun, the moon, and
stars,
solar eclipses, lunar eclipses. There's a spiral dial which shows the eclipses of the sun and the moon, which is, it's amazing. You see this thing and it looks like gears, and then it connects to the other gears on the bottom. It is wild, wild technology. Especially, they're calling it the first computer.
I like that. I like that story. I like that story. So that's that. Yeah, well, this thing here, now, we were supposed to go to see this guy in New Mexico. I think it was Albuquerque. And the guy said, you see how this is here? He tried getting this thing out of it. And he broke it. He also was trying to hide it, according to this guy's story, because he felt somebody was going to rob him and try to get this to make money off of it. He says it's very valuable. And he tried hiding it on his roof, and it fell off the roof and broke open. I believe that's this thing. Spark plug?
The pins are about 3 millimeters high,
yeah,
and a spacing of about 2.5 millimeters, and the pin thickness is about 1 millimeter. So it's not that big, but it's made.
All right, let's get to.
And therefore, it's clear, also based on weathering, that these megalithic structures are much older than the Inca civilization and had to have been made by a very advanced technological civilization. The only options I think we have are either the so-called Atlanteans or extraterrestrials.
You mentioned high technology a few times in your videos. Can I ask you what your theories are of some of the tools that were involved in making these megastructures?
The tools used to make the megalithic structures in the highlands of Peru we have to assume that they were beyond our present capability in the 21st century. And so in Egypt, for example, we see evidence of saw and drill technology, but in the highlands of Peru, it honestly appears as if this ancient civilization was able to change the molecular nature of the stone itself and turn it into almost like a marshmallow material temporarily.
Historians and experts have their own theories on how old these megastructures really are. What's your thoughts on the true origin of their age?
The age of the megalithic structures, we have to presume, are 12,000 plus years old. And this is based on the idea that there was a cataclysmic event or series of cataclysmic events that occurred on the planet about 12,000 years ago. And this is being backed up by science today.
Ancient symbols carved into stone at an archaeological site in Turkey tell of a story of a devastating comet impact. Scientists were analyzing the mysterious symbols carved into stone pillars that evidence from carvings made on a pillar known as the vulture stone suggests that a swarm of comet fragments hit the earth in around 11,000 BC. This devastating event, which wiped out creatures such as the woolly mammoths, also helped spark the rise of civilization. Scientists have speculated for decades that a comet could have caused the sharp drop in temperature during...
And something happened around that time, because in Russia, in Siberia, I watched this show where they were trying to clone the thing we just saw, that big elephant, the woolly mammoth. And they found that I don't know if they fell in. Like, there's this big tar pit, and I'm not sure if they fell into it or were pushed into it, but there was a lot of these woolly mammoth that they're finding that died with food in their mouth, in their stomach. Like, they just ate. Some of them still had it in their mouth. It's very interesting that they find some of these skeletal remains and these remains of the woolly mammoth in such great condition that they were able to tell that. I don't know if you ever saw that TV show, but they actually have a tusk and there's hair on it. It's in a freezer somewhere, but it's from a woolly mammoth. I mean, the thing looks like it was on the earth yesterday. But they have a long way to go in cloning the woolly mammoth. They said they've only gotten about a couple of % of DNA matching up. It's hard to get good DNA. Even from that snout that they found, the tusk, they still couldn't get 100% DNA. It's amazing. You'd think it would have lasted over 12 to 11,000 years. But there was something catastrophic did happen around that time, which goes back into biblical times of a huge wave and Noah's Ark and all this stuff. I guess there's a comet that just entered our solar system. I have the story somewhere. I was supposed to read it. That's interesting, and I guess we're going to be able to see it by the end of the year as it gets closer to the sun. Maybe that was the comet. Who knows? What do we got left on this? What's this guy's name? Brien Dennehy? Brien something or another. Can't remember.
We're in the period known as the Younger Days. By interpreting the animals as astronomical symbols and using computer software to match their position to the patterns of stars, research dated the event to about 10,950 BC. It probably resulted from a breakup of a giant comet in the solar system.
What's the importance of Göbekli Tepe, found in Turkey, now that it's discovered happens to be over 20,000 years
True.
old?
Cindy?
Tepe appears to have been buried on purpose about 12,000 years ago. So its actual age is unknown, but obviously older than that. And what it makes it important is the fact that
Foerster, thank you,
are
Torvik.
believed to be maximum 6,000 years old, such as in the Indus Valley. But now we have evidence of sophisticated cultural people existing at least 12,000 years ago.
I want to get your true thoughts, Brien. What could have caused these catastrophic events in the past? Was it possibly Mother Nature, earthquakes, a meteorite, or was there some kind of weapon that was used that we don't know about?
My theory about the cataclysm is, again, that it happened about 12,000 years ago. It could have lasted as much or as long as 300 years, and likely it was an emission of energy from galactic center that then crossed the galactic plane, entered our solar system, blew up one of the planets, which created the asteroid belt, then went through the sun and shot plasma from the sun straight at the Earth. This caused the immediate melting and ending of the last ice age very rapidly, in possibly weeks. The sea levels of the Earth rose by 300 plus feet, putting pressure on the crust of the Earth. This would have triggered earthquakes and other terrible events to happen on our planet, would have wiped out all of the megafauna of North America.
See, I don't understand that. I don't understand. Why would melting ice, I guess, or all that water rise, why would that have an effect on the Earth? Why would it put extra pressure on the Earth? It's already there. It's already, the weight of all that, it's already there. Yes, but I'd have to understand when it turns into water, it gets heavier. No, it doesn't. No, it's just displaced, I think. And when it melts and the whole sea rises, that's different than having it thousands of miles away from the center I get that. I totally understand. But if all that pressure and all that ice melted and raised the oceans 300 feet, why wasn't that pressure being applied at where the ice was if it was so much? I don't know. I don't know. But he's got the science and the data to back it up. That to me blows me away. Brien Foerster, everybody.
Wiped out most of humanity, and any advanced civilization also would have disappeared at this time, especially those that were close to the coast. This is where we come up with the concept of the ancient civilization of Atlantis being destroyed, according to Plato, about 12,000 years ago.
What is the oldest megastructure or structures that you believe were not created by man, rather from some sort of ancient high technology?
I think that the megalithic works that we see in the highlands of Peru, as well as Pumapunku and Tiwanaku in Bolivia, the Great Pyramid System in Egypt, Baalbek in Lebanon, Petra in Jordan, and other structures in Turkey, Greece, and Italy are all at least 12,000 years old. I can't say how old they are, but I can tell you all of them, I believe, based on geological weathering, the fact that high technology was used, that all of these structures, which we think of as simply being enigmatic, are a minimum of 12,000 years old.
Lately, Brien, you've been using the drone and getting unprecedented shots of these megalithic structures. How has it helped you in recent discoveries?
The use of drones, or quadcopters as I prefer to call them, give you an unprecedented view of the megalithic structures because you literally can see from a bird's eye's point of view. Also, you can scan the area to see if there are other structures in the area that you can't see from the ground. And so it's a phenomenal new tool that is opening up possibilities, explanations.
All right. Well, there's a lot there. A lot of stuff was said. I still have more to play for you, especially this part right here, which I want to get to in 2 minutes. So they were able to somehow manipulate these stones, make them marshmallowy and soft, and put them together. That's amazing technology. Yeah, we do have something like that, but not to that. See, I don't understand why we can't figure it out. If they were able to do it thousands of years ago, why can't we figure it out today? And was it sound technology? I don't know. Apparently sound may have been used in building Coral Castle in Florida, which I'm going to be visiting. It's pretty wild stuff. Anyway, with that being said, I want to get to the last part of tonight, even though we've got time left. Here we go. 3, 2, and goosh.
Did extraterrestrials from thousands of years ago come to Earth and build these megastructures?
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Rich Giordano.
And I'm Michael Roser.
And this is Third Phase. So welcome back, and this is going to be part 2 of our 3-part series with Egypt and Brien Foerster. Today, Michael, we will be talking again about the destruction of certain megalithic structures and how they built them. And at the beginning of this, we saw incredible technology that seemed to be out of this world for that time. You know, the way it was cut out in that rock. Mm-hmm. Do you think that's alien technology, or did they possibly use their own tools and just took all day doing it?
You know, it just seems too perfect that they would have used some sort of tools that, you know, maybe chipping away at the stone. It just looks too perfect. And I bet that there's some sort of observable geometry within that structure that we could measure at some point. You know, I when I first saw that, I thought maybe that there was supposed to be a statue erected in front of what they're calling a moon calendar. And then they started going into what they think it is. And it is possible there might have been another structure standing right in front there, to, again, interpret what they had for that calendar. What were your thoughts, Rich?
Every time I see something like that, to me, it's like they couldn't have done it back then. I wish I can go back in time and see how they did this. And there are websites dedicated to debunking that this was man-made and not of alien interaction. So it depends on what you believe, what you see, and
What are they? Why are they?
Why are they? What do they mean? For Carrie Rose.
What are they?
What are they?
Why are they?
Why are they? What do they mean? What do they mean? What do they mean? What are they, everybody?
Are they harbingers of world change?
Yeah.
Secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of
World change. Secrets in the fields.
Are they harbingers of
World change.
Secrets in the
Fields. Come on. Secrets in the fields. Come on, everybody. Greg Brown, the Crop Circle song. What are they?
Why are they?
Why are they? What do they mean?
What are they?
What are they?
Why are they? What do they mean? What do they mean? Are they harbingers of world change? These secrets in the fields. Are they harbingers of world
Change. All right. I hope that quelled your anxiousness about not hearing that song for a few days. I hope you feel a little better with a little bit of the Crop Circle song from Greg Brown, everybody.
Brien Foerster says it's aliens, man. I want to believe he knows what he's talking about more than I do.
Oh yeah.
As a matter of fact, let's get into Brien right now. He's about to.
Let's get into Brien.
talk
Hey,
more
wait
here,
a minute.
so this is him going into it. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Let's just listen. I'll leave it in there.
Well, Blake, the Inca could not have built the megalithic structures because they were a Bronze Age people, and the stone that was cut and shaped is much harder than bronze. The basic principle you have to work with is that your tool has to be harder than the material you're cutting.
Right.
And therefore, it's clear, also based on weathering, that these megalithic structures are much older than the Inca civilization and had to have been made by a very advanced technological civilization. The only options I think we have are either the so-called Atlanteans or extraterrestrials.
So you heard what he said. Aliens. He said it.
Mm-hmm. He did. Well, it seems to be the direction that we need to point if we believe that these folks didn't have the capability in a technological sense back then. But, my thought has always been, why is it so out of the realm of possibilities that maybe they did have some of these more advanced versions of technology, utilizing the same concepts perhaps that we do today, but in a different way based on what was available to them for material. And we're sitting here saying that that kind of technology didn't exist because we just haven't found evidence of it. Who knows? Maybe these were pieces that had quicker way of biodegrading. Maybe it was covered up by some sort of cataclysmic event. And it's just a matter of time before we find that evidence. But I don't think it's out of the realm of possibilities to figure that they could have had some of this knowledge.
But how can you go to aliens without any evidence? Just because you can't figure it out doesn't mean it's aliens, I mean, listen.
Have are either the so-called Atlanteans or extraterrestrials.
The Atlanteans. We're going to talk about that too. Because who was it? Plato that told the story of Atlantis, right? From his great-grandfather or something like that. It was just passed down. So who knows how accurate that story is.
Right.
I don't know. Well, let's get into the next part here because it's unbelievable, this episode.
A civilization of gods, men, power, and destruction. The island, the continent that existed beyond the Pillars of Hercules, which in our time we call the Straits of Gibraltar. Well, the description of Atlantis is so detailed that it begs the question, did this place actually exist? Can we use Plato's description as a guide to find the lost continent of Atlantis? Right? It was claimed by Plato that the gods of the old divided the land so that each god would have their own Poseidon, given Atlantis. An island that was larger than Atlantis was an island consisting mainly of mountains. Plato calculated it would be 3,000 stadiums in modern times that equal around 355 miles wide.
You mentioned high technology a few times in your videos. Can I ask you what your theories are of some of the tools that were involved in making these megastructures?
No.
The tools used to make the megalithic structures in the highlands of Peru we have to assume that they were beyond our present capability in the 21st century. And so in Egypt, for example, we see evidence of saw and drill technology, but in the highlands of Peru, it honestly appears as if this ancient civilization was able to change the molecular nature of the stone itself and turn it into almost like a marshmallow material temporarily.
Yeah, let's talk about Atlantis first and then the tools. So Atlanteans, I guess, existed according to Brien Foerster. I'm not sure I want to believe in Atlantis, but later on in the episode, you'll hear why it is a possibility that Atlantis could have been a major factor in all this technology. What do you think about that?
Well, it's been said many times throughout the years that people believe that there was a high understanding of technology and spirituality, if you want to call it that, amongst the population Atlantis. Of course, we, from the stories, can derive that it wasn't just human beings that were there. There were many different races that came from many different places throughout the galaxy, as I've mentioned before, to visit this place, because apparently it was a very special place, especially in the way of energy and healing and creative arts and so forth. Very right-brained. So, you know what? It's hard. It's really hard to build something concrete in the way of saying that maybe that technology that we see in civilizations that came after definitely came from Atlantis, because we're still so up in the air about Atlantis as a civilization itself.
So let's get back to Blake here and more with Brien Foerster. Good questions out there in the chat. Why can't we find the tools? Well, if we found the tools, then what we should be finding are the places that made the tools. You've heard people say that before. If we find the tools, then we got to find the places where they made the tools, to make the tools, to use the tools. And they have nothing. Haven't found anything. If this was a big secret, here's the deal. This is what I don't understand. We can't find the tools. Why? If they were using them back in the day, where are they? Is this a power so advanced that they hid it so well and so deep and so isolated we'll never find it? I don't think so, because I don't think they can predict the future. So they left a few tools lying around. The logical thing would be that, wow, after thousands of years, somebody somewhere found these tools, talked about it, and they are now somewhere hidden, who knows where in Egypt. Whoever, what's his name? Zawi Hawass,
He was the curator, but not anymore. Somebody else is the curator for all the stuff they find down there in Egypt now. That I think we found the tools. I think we found them. And I think we're keeping it a secret. Or the military's got it. Don't you think that would be something that the military would force themselves on getting? I don't know. It's a very complex question. Where are the freaking tools? Doesn't make sense. And if it doesn't make sense, something is wrong. I believe we would have found those tools by now. Maybe not. They haven't uncovered a lot. I mean, there's like 95% that they still have to uncover out there. Right? They've done very little. It would take hundreds of years for them to find all that. Was it underneath the Sphinx? Remember, there was that secret chamber that was supposedly hidden under the Sphinx? Well, they found it. I think they went in there earlier this year or last year, but I don't remember them finding anything. If they did, I'm not remembering that right. Hey, Steve B, thank you very much for the, yep, you get the green one in Vizzy. $5 super chat. Google, man moves huge blocks without machinery, his own Stonehenge. Yeah, that's Coral Castle in Florida, which is I'll be visiting. As a matter of fact, I want to visit there before I go to Washington. Thank you for the $5 super chat. What the? I think we're getting a storm. Anyway, I heard some loud banging. It sounded like somebody was at the front door. Thank you very much, Stephen B. Let's get back to this. Yep, that's Coral Castle. 10,000 pound door. You can just push it with one hand. Pretty cool. All right. Mucho gusto generoso, Stephen B. Grazie. Foerster on Egypt. Here we go.
Historians and experts have their own theories on how old these megastructures really are. What's your thoughts on the true origin of their age?
The age of the megalithic structures, we have to presume, are 12,000 plus years old. And this is based on the idea that there was a cataclysmic event or series of cataclysmic events
I have
occurred
one
on the planet
I got one
12,000 years ago. And this is being backed up by science today.
Ancient symbols carved into stone at
That's
an
funny.
archaeological site in Turkey
Hello.
tell of a story of a devastating comet impact. Scientists were
All right, we already heard that. Anyway, I just wanted to run through that. All the links to what I played tonight will be in the description of tonight's show. So you can go back and watch the rest if interested. And we'll touch more on that over the next couple of months. And I'll be doing some updates on things and a lot of stuff happening on Third Phase UFO Report. And also GUFON. For those of you who don't know, we're changing a little things here. The beginning of the show will not have the long intro anymore. We will not have 15 minutes of saying highs and all that stuff. Even the intro I had at the beginning of the show, that was probably the last time you'll ever see that. So, I got to save time. I feel like we're coming up short. It's 20 minutes. People, I know if I came to my channel and clicked play and had to wait for that intro, yeah, I could fast forward it. Or I could just say screw it and go somewhere else. And I don't want people to get that feeling of having to wait for the show to start, especially after the roll call. Look, I love everybody. I love saying hi to everybody. It's just, it's taking way too long. When I only had 30 people in the chat, remember? 300 subs, that was easy. It took 30 seconds. We knew this day was coming. Anyway, so the show is changing a little bit. We're going to be doing more. The reason I'm playing some of this stuff here, because I wanted to change things immediately. Okay, I wanted to be more news, and I wanted to be more history, and I wanted to do things without adding in all the drama that we had to go through because of me last night. I think it takes away from what we really want to do, and that is get away from everyday's bullshit life. That's why we do the show, right? We don't want to come here and you don't want to come here and listen to me bitch and complain and moan. Quite frankly, I don't want to do it. If there's something newsworthy, yes. If Jeremy Corbell puts another shitty video down, you're damn right I'm going to talk about him and his stupidness. But it's not going to be something that you should expect anymore. Okay? Just know that hoaxers, liars, cheaters, moneymakers on fake shit, I can't stop. You guys will be dealt with and talked about. I mean, there's just no two ways around it. But it'll be so far and few between, you'll be like, why? Why is Rich talking about this? So it may be interesting, again, someday. But I think I want to bring just information now. That's it. That's it. I'm done with the drama. And if anybody wants to start drama, you could email me. I'm not going to talk about it on the show. You want to Twitter me, call me a jerk off, go right ahead. Wouldn't be the first time. My whole life I've been called weird. So I've been bullied. I know what it's like. Maybe that's why. Maybe I just don't like people lying. You ever think about that? People lying. Don't lie. Just don't lie. Anyway, this was interesting. What came up, well, shit, maybe I'll play that next. I'm going to play this. This just was over Egypt. This is almost a year ago in December. But this is a report of something very strange that flew by the ISS. And here it is in 3, 2, and goosh.
Yesterday, there was a rendezvous with the cargo SpaceX Dragon to the International Space Station. We got an email earlier from Peter Hinckley. He noticed something very bizarre and he managed to capture it, and we're looking at the original footage and what's happening in this, and you're about to see it. It's crazy. As the cargo SpaceX Dragon approaches the ISS space station, and we're looking at it right now. We just wanted to show the raw footage as it's playing, just to show that this is nothing of any kind of trickery. This is actually NASA footage as the Dragon approaches the ISS, but this is where it gets very, very interesting, because what Peter Hinckley captured is unbelievable. Watch, look.
There's something flying by in the background, but look at this. What is that?
Did you guys see that? We're going to play it again, but this is confirmed. An object below the space station captured by the cargo Dragon camera itself, and it doesn't belong there. Whatever it is definitely in plain sight, guys. We're looking at something that is incredible. Brent, I want to get your thoughts. What could this be? Something below the ISS? I'm just baffled at this footage, and I'm thanking Peter Hinckley for submitting it to us right here. We're looking at it. Brent.
Yeah, this is great footage, Blake. I'm totally digging this. Look at this object. It's huge. It's massive, and it's stealthy. You can see that this thing has its kind of cloaking device around.
So I don't know what this could be. Is it space debris? Whatever it is, I don't think it's supposed to be there. That does not look like something that would be in our arsenal as far as satellites. So it could be a Space Force, a secret Space Force vehicle. What kind of meta-propulsion is being used? How is that being used? What is it? I really don't know. I don't know what's back here, but watch. They do a little bit of enhancing here. That is just really cool. I don't know. We did a report on third phase UFO report, which is why I'm showing it now. Because we've already shown it a few places. I just never showed it here. Not that I remember anyway, but nonetheless, it's interesting what stuff we look back on and forget about. A lot of people forgot about this. Nobody did any more research on it because how? This is it. This is all we got. It's really weird. It really is. I don't know anything that we have that looks like that. I mean, you could see, I wanted it to stop a little sooner, but you can see right here, it looks like that's reflecting the light from the ISS, but it looks to me like there's something protruding. It looks like there's a space here, maybe some windows. I don't know. It is really odd. It does not look like a Tic Tac. Capiche? Oh, it's a one capiscio. You understand? Pretty wild. Look at this. I mean, I don't know unless, do you remember the video of the space shuttle getting destroyed? Remember that fake? Maybe that's it, still floating around in fake space. Space is weird. I don't want to go there. I wouldn't want to go there. But that is a weird object. Just bizarre. Right underneath the ISS. Just odd. No explanation for it, that's for sure. Nope. What else we got in this video? What else am I seeing here? Let's look at this.
To the left really quickly, didn't it?
Oh my god.
What just moved then?
What is going
It's
on?
Boca.
Right, I feel like it's looking at us. Why is it staring at us?
God, people act so weird, don't they?
Oh no. Oh my god.
What? I don't remember this. It's dropping stuff out of it. See, to me it looks fake.
It's moving.
This looks fake to me. Yeah, I think this is fake.
What is going on?
I think it's fake. There was some sort of weird. Yeah, that's got to be fake. Yeah. There's just something wrong with the way it looked that gave me a fake feel, a fake vibe.
No.
Oh, come on. But I don't really know.
I like the actual.
Wow, I don't remember this. Hey, Denbub, Sir Wolf 67, Martin R, Felix Cordova, Lang
Right,
Lee.
so we're looking at this again.
AL
What's
Warrior.
very, very amazing about this whole sighting is that it happened over the pyramids in Egypt, the Giza pyramids, the Great Pyramid, and this.
Oh, that's
happening
right.
Above the skies, could this just be some kind of, display
Now,
over?
see, I don't know. I think this is CGI. There's a square around this thing. Like, why would they make it a square? That's very poor. So that's CGI. Yeah.
The area. I'm not.
Yeah, I'm not buying that's real. That's okay. It was over Egypt. It was fun while it lasted. My opinion, I could be 100% wrong. I'm not an expert. Never claimed it. Tracy Kane, welcome to the show. Oh, okay. We'll see you next time. Thanks for checking in. You missed a good one. I like this show. No? No good? Tonight Show sucked. I like when you watch a movie and they throw little Easter eggs in it to see if you catch anything weird. Like I remember watching Poltergeist, and I don't know if you remember the original one, but when the mother was being thrown up in the bedroom and on the ceiling, before that happened, she had some pictures on her bureau. And one of the pictures was of Carol Ann, the daughter who got stuck in the TV set. And then the picture changed to some sort of demon. But you never noticed it in the movie until they pointed out. It's kind of wild that was in this. So I wanted to go over some of these Easter eggs waiting to be found thrillers. So let's take a look. And we'll be going. Here's Final Destination. This one's good. Here it says, hey, I, H-E-Y-E, and in red, it's E-Y-E. What better way to start this journey than to start with a bang? For those that don't know, Final Destination is a film franchise that follows the lives of its protagonists until the inevitable moment in which they meet their fate. The franchise, although exaggerated and extremely spooky, I loved all 5 of the Final Destinations because it's just fun, is well known for the little hints placed in the lead up to major moments, which was very fun in that movie, making sure that the audience is always well prepared when death rears its ugly head. And how did he die? Chair to the eye. Interesting. Saw. When it comes to Saw, you're either a fan or not, and that's okay, but the original movie is a very creative thriller. The feeling of suspense is achieved from the very beginning, as we are all left wondering if Dr. Lawrence Gordon and photographer Adam Stanheidt will make it to the end of the film. I love that movie. Let alone find out who Jigsaw is. It is only revealed later in the film that the body in the room was in fact Jigsaw. But here you can see some things here. Many Easter eggs. The twist is often not even a twist at all. Earlier in the film, Dr. Gordon speaks about a terminally ill patient, John Kramer. In the scene, there are sketches of some of Jigsaw's most evil traps on Kramer's lap. Couldn't somebody have noticed? Interstellar. I guess as they land on the water planet, they understand that it is far too close to the black hole. Matthew McConaughey and his team figure out that the black hole's pull influences time significantly. So if you listen closely, every 1.25 seconds, a tick can be heard. Yeah, that's right. Each tick, compiled by the famous composer Hans Zimmer, represents an entire day on Earth. Is it just me, or do you feel a sudden urgency to repair the planet? I love that movie. The Conjuring, not interested. Let's go. The Shining is good. Number 42. The number 42. From Danny's shirt to the movie he is watching on a TV that isn't plugged in. The number 42 is ominously in the background. Oh, and in case you were wondering, the movie showing on the not plugged in TV is Summer of 42. Ha! It's not even plugged in yet. It's playing. And that's amazing. Nice little Easter eggs. Whilst the relic of 42 continues throughout the whole movie, there are also subtler appearances dropped throughout. On the TV, there are exactly 42 cars parked at the Overlook, whilst a new reporter talks about a $42 million spending bill. Want to know what it all means? You and me both, sister. The reasoning behind these placements is unfounded. Perhaps there was some parallel universe trying to send a message. Either way, count me out. Fight Club. 7 years in Tibet. Oh, that's amazing. That was before his other movie came out, 7 Years in Tibet. The Dark Tower has Pennywise as one of the rides. Interesting. Silence of the Lambs, the head on the moth. Beauty and the Beast, nah, I'm not familiar with. Sunshine, not familiar with. Rogue One, very familiar with. Oh yeah, the old characters popped up in Rogue One in the beginning of the movie. The Departed, the X everywhere, showing when DiCaprio was done for. He got a bullet right in the head. Black Swan, the White Swan. Midsummer, I'm not familiar with this. Pennywise, creepy as all hell. Get Out. You know, that was a good movie, but it wasn't great. I just think it's interesting he sees him here. Psycho. It's actually him and his mother combined in that scene. Toy Story. I don't remember. There are hidden references in almost all childhood films that are the story no different. Throughout the film, there are numerous Stephen King references. Bizarre, I know. You'd think that the franchise is weird enough that the whole thing about toys and whatnot. Feel like you've seen that print on the carpet before? Yes, because it's from The Shining. The franchise continues to spook its audience in Toy Story 3 with the security camera named Overlook R237, referencing the cursed hotel room 237 at the Overlook Hotel. Insidious, oh, that was weird. When she was looking for the kid, they were haunted, but you see here, as she opens the door, or it's opening, she sees this ghostly figure here. But when she goes into, I think, the laundry room, yeah, just as Rose Byrne's character, Renee, begins tidying up the house, she sees a young boy dancing to some truly creepy music inside the house. I think that would be enough for me to never step in there again, although scary. Isn't the first time we're seeing this figure. This human-sized Easter egg shows itself only seconds earlier when Renee was doing laundry. Right there, and you never noticed it. Oh, that is so creepy. Oh, I hate it. I just got goosebumps. Yeah. Just goosebumps, man. That's trippy how they do that. Oh, what's this? I was able to get my so rush to the time with Levi and he was trying to find information about Steve and Phil. It seemed like really creepy times. Doesn't like what he's saying, but Yep. Yep. Got it. Got it. Okay, I don't want to scare anybody, but I'm going to tell you. And what Biden said, was it Biden? No, it wasn't Biden. Anyway, this is starting to happen. Something major might be coming our way, and I'm not talking a catastrophic thing like, weather event or a comet. Costco shoppers are now starting to see some of the stores are out of toilet paper and water again, as evidence mounts that consumers... It was Biden. Biden said that, to stockpile on stuff. He actually said that's right. So people are starting to freak out because of that Delta variant. All right, I have a clip I want to play for you. Oh, I don't know if I can, but I will. I will. This is me.
I never fucked anybody over in my life. Didn't have a car.
Oh, yeah, I can't play it because of the music. It already went through. I forgot. Got to be careful. Scarface says, I'll show you here. This is what I was trying to say last night. I never effed anybody over in my life who didn't have it coming to them. You got that? All I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one. That is a powerful statement. Oh, you didn't see it? Sorry. Yep, there it is. Who didn't have it coming. You got that? All I have in this world is my balls and my word, and I don't break them for no one. You understand? That's what I was saying last night. I don't say anything to anyone who doesn't deserve it. There may be a few mistakes in there, but for the most part. And nobody's perfect. Nobody. Let's see. Here's a message. So did I, B. Baker. So did I. I noticed the same thing. What? Let me see something. What? Wow, that's interesting. I just got some interesting emails. All right, here's a good one. I think I can play this. This is just amazing to me. I wish I had this growing up. I would have been this person. I would have done this. You ready? Tell me if you would have done this. This is just, it makes my stomach turn watching it in a good way. Ready? 3, 2. I think there was music. Wow. That's just crazy. 8 flips? Whoops. Look at this one more time. This is unreal. I don't know if I could do 8. I've done 2.5 flips off of a regular diving board. That's it. That's unreal. You know, what if that thing breaks underneath? Oh, that's just unreal. Love that video. Yeah, it's wild. What is this? Oh, yeah, the possessed nun. I'll have to talk about that another time. Yeah, that's wild. Hold on, I got a couple more things. Oh, okay, good news. What is this? Okay, I got an interesting email. Oh, that'll be for tomorrow. Okay, thank you, Stavro. Got it. Jose. Oh, we're gonna have a good show tomorrow. Yeah, here's some nice people just saying nice things. I want to share emails from fans, all right? Great show, Ivan says. Oh, wait, hold on. Oh, he just wants me to know an opinion on something. Okay. Take it easy. Thanks for your cooperation. All right. I thought it was one of those, I love you, man. Yeah, I get a lot of those. Man, this is amazing. So some of you who emailed me today, I'll get to those after the show. I'll reply in the wee hours of the morning. But I think I have this video from Game Vet that I need to play. I think it was from the Oh my God. The ESETI Ranch. Okay. What? This is the same thing that Game Vet captured. Maybe we'll have to do this tomorrow too. Yeah. Oh, I have to, Game Vet, if you're here. That's got to be for tomorrow. Because I saw something, and I got to look it all over. But thank you for that. Wow. Yeah, usually I don't go over these while I'm on the show, but what is this? Okay. No, that's not real. Yeah. Tomorrow's going to be pretty cool. I have a feeling. I'm trying to get Brien Foerster on the show. And that should happen with the help of Third Phase of Moon, since they know the guy very well. So that will be coming up. And what is this? One more thing? Hold on, did I miss a super chat? Stephen B. No, that was the last one. Yeah, thank you everybody for that tonight. Stephen B., Abe Froman, Wings 88, Shellbell, IR Film X1, Robert Ball, Mike Johnson, Wings 88 again, and Celine. Thank you guys very much for tonight. Your super chats. Appreciate that. Yep. Yeah, I know. Oh, that's it. Yeah, that's it. That's all. We're done. What is that? One more? Oh no. Elena Ianu with a 10-pounder, a super sticker. What is it? It is a thank you raccoon who's doing a little dance back and forth. I got it. Invisi, stop breathing heavy. God. Thank you, Elena. Super sticker, mucho gusto, generoso. I missed Elena's? Elena, I just said it. Didn't I? Yeah, it's right there. Oh, you must have typed that in. Oh, got it. Okay. I was like, wait a minute. Am I losing my mind? Are you kidding me right now? All right. So, thank you, super chatters. Thank you, moderators, for everything tonight. It's the new GUFON. Let's have some fun from now on. Forget the haters. Let them talk amongst themselves from now on. I'd rather do it this way. This was less stressful, and they're going to be around, so moderators, be on your toes, and you are anyway. Thank you very much for all your help. And thank you, newcomers and veterans alike. Without you coming in here, giving the show a chance, we wouldn't be where we are. So thank you for that. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and thumbs up. At least give the show a few minutes, and you do. And I appreciate that. And don't forget TikTok, Discord, and PayPal. Thank you very much, Mr. DB Cooper and Michelle as well tonight. Thank you for the PayPals. And I'll be back tomorrow night, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, right here on YouTube. Because if you ain't looking out... What? We got it. We're changing that too. We're going to write a new tagline. Last time, if you ain't looking up, you ain't looking out. For ufology. I hate it. But good night anyway. I never liked that tagline. I always hated it.